What is your vision for normalized Myanmar?
Normalized Myanmar means a normal.
Very nice to meet you. I'm Kim Hae-young from SBS.
Thank you. My name is nug-monr, Minister for Human Rights of the National Unity Government.
People of Myanmar have endured the military's atrocities for 3 years now, haven't they?
Yes, there's a 3 years.
Currently, including the PDF, the Democratic camp is fighting against the military with weapons.
No. Yeah, when you go back to the last 3 years, people were on the street, peacefully calling to change, to stop the military taking over the power. But what they receive is the brutal crackdown by the military on the streets, killing many young people, including children, women, and many activists. So many people, young people, decide to take up arms to defend themselves, to defend their communities, to defend their families. Because military troops came to the communities, start shooting the people, burning down the villages. That is how the armed struggles and defense forces started.
How extensive is the civilians' damage so far?
Well, the UN saying that, that all the crimes so far by the military is now constitute a war crime. But I would say, as a human rights activist, it constitutes democide. Democide means treating the civilians as the enemy without any reasons. And they burned out so far 80,000 houses within 3 years. So you can see that, many people, including women, children, were killed by the airstrike. Many religious, houses, religious buildings, hospitals are destroyed. Now, the economic went down and high inflation, situation. So all the price of commodities rising up every day, that make a big burden for the young woman and also mother of household to cope with that kind of economic hardships.
You were one of the members who participated in the struggle in 1988, right?
I decided to take up arms and fight back. But the support right now that I received from the people, that was not big during my time in 1988. So that is a good thing. And I really appreciate thing is the modern technologies. I would say that Myanmar young people, we call Generation Z, play a very important role of innovative ideas, communication, fundraising with their, the wisdom and technologies that we never had it before. We have so many ethnic armed groups. The ethnic organization and democratic forces could control more areas, and that make a military more vulnerable that they never had that situation before.
Listening to your story, it's not without achievements. So why has the military dictatorship not ended yet?
Yeah, good question. You know, for the people of Myanmar, I would say Myanmar people are one of the most resilient, people. They very committed to work on that. But what is missing, what is that not strong enough, is the international support. That we have a very strong support from some countries, but not practical support. Diplomatically, they said, they are very much concerned about the situation in Myanmar. Well, country has a different interest. Every country has their interest, and they build up their foreign policies. So that is one of the reasons they want to keep a good relation with what we call criminals, who are committing all the kinds of crime against the people. So that is the main reason.
And what are your expectations from the international community, including Korea?
Military is using all their, countries' reserve, funds and their budget to buy weapons and also, using jet fighters, that one. So cut the military supply that if the international is supporting. Second one is cutting the economic, supplies that the military is making, benefit from their investments. So that cut is cut the impunity. Impunity, that means the military perpetrators and never be taken any actions. So these are the three, cuts towards military by the international. But at the same time, we also need support to do that. One is recognition the NUG as a legitimate government, because that will enable us, to get more, international relations and also making a more engagement for protection and promotion of the people. Diplomatic support. Second one, humanitarian support. Not through the military, but through that cross-border assistance, working together with the ethnic and other people on the ground to reach the people.
In Myanmar's history, democratic forces have repeatedly come to power and then took over by military. What needs to change to prevent this from happening again?
Well, not amended. We will have a new federal democratic constitutions, because in my countries the previous constitutions are unconstitutionally wrong. So we really opt to change and start working for the stronger constitutions and make that constitution is applicable and guarantee fundamental rights of every citizen of the country.
Social media, there are some doubts. Even if the NUG comes to power, the discrimination against minorities like the Rohingya will continue. So what are your thoughts on these concerns?
Maybe you miss our Rohingya policies. It was adopted 2 years ago. So it's the first time ever very progressive policy towards Rohingya.
I know that policies exist, but there are doubts. Is it possible?
Yeah.
That kind of doubts.
That's right. So the policy is policy. Policy without implementation is just a piece of paper. I understand. For example, we have appointed our deputy minister, who is a refugee, who is a Rohingya. First time ever Rohingya in the cabinet. So we always raise the issue of atrocities taken place against the Rohingya 2017 and 2018. That is our policies to recognize and acknowledge the atrocities has been taken place, and we committed to call for justice.
What is your vision for a normalized Myanmar?
Normalized Myanmar means people in Myanmar normalize. So I want a Myanmar strong constitutions that guarantee the fundamental rights and strong human rights mechanisms that protect the people and promote the human rights, all across the sectors, and rule of law is prevailed. That is what I like to see. So Korean people, we may be different in citizenship, we may be different in language, but as a family member of humanity, we will work together. We can bring our dream to make the world peaceful and respect of human rights. So trust, peace, work for human rights and justice wherever you are and what color you may have.
Everything will be okay.